I am just a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the master of gopis, Krishna. So today we will conclude our Bhagavad Gita discussion with this theme, where Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. So before we arrive there, so we have seen a little bit about Varnashrama Dharma, which Krishna spoke up to 48th shloka. 49th shloka onwards, Krishna talks about spiritual platform, Brahman platform. This is very confidential knowledge, right? So when somebody purifies oneself and comes to the stage of sannyasa, then their intelligence is completely detached from all material objects. Asakta buddhi sarvatra. And their minds are completely controlled. Jitatma. This I am speaking from the 49th sloka. This one, 49th sloka. Let me. Asakta buddhi sarvatra. Jitatma vigata sprahah. Naishkarmya siddhim paramam. Sanyasena adhigacchati. Asakta buddhi sarvatra means he is disinterested in any material objects. Jitatma means completely controlled in his mind. Then vigata spraha, no material desires at all. And sannyasena, he has complete renunciation towards all material pleasures and material activities and material desires. Such a person, naishkarmya siddhim, they will attain perfection in naishkarmya. We understood what is naishkarmya. Naishkarmya means performing an action without producing a material reaction. That's like selfless action, detached action, responsible action, which doesn't incur any material reaction. Such a person can attain Brahman. What's the process of coming to that stage of perfect detachment and perfect Naishkarmya? Krishna says from the 51st to 53rd shlokas. We will go to 51st. Yeah. Buddhya vishuddhaya yukto धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च शब्दादीन् विषयांस् त्यक्त्वा रागद्वेषौ व्युदस्य च विविक्तसेवी लघ्वालसी यतवा कायमानसः ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः. This is the Brahmabhuta stage that Krishna talks about. The process of coming to the Brahman platform. Here Brahman platform is spiritual platform. Right? Buddhya Vishuddhaya. Purify your intelligence. Come to Sattvaguna. We have seen Sattvic intelligence, Rajasic intelligence, Tamasic intelligence yesterday. So purifying your intelligence means raise above the lower modes and come to the platform of Sattvic intelligence. Buddhya Vishuddhaya Yukto. And transcend that also and come to spiritual intelligence. Then Dhrityatmanam Niyamyacha. Control your mind. Niyamya means you follow some rules and regulations and regulate yourself. Shabdadin Vishayam Styaktva. Shabda means sound, which is the sense object of the ear. Form means form is the sense object of eyes. Fragrance is the sense object of nose. So tyaktva, give up attachment to all the sense objects. You have five senses. Each sense has a sense object, and there is an addiction to those sense objects. Please stay away from them. Means you can enjoy in a regulated manner, in a reasonable manner, but overindulgence in any sense object uh, is not very favorable for bhakti. Then raga dvesha vyadasya. Give up raga and dvesha. Raga means attachment, and dvesha means hatred or repulsion. Overly getting attracted to something is not beneficial. Overly being detached also is not beneficial. So bhakti, if you are overly attached, you are a karmi. If you are overly detached, you are a gnani. But if you have a balance of attachment and detachment, you are a bhakta. So bhakta means a devotee who has attachment to things, but he has the ability to convert those attachments into Krishna's seva. He is detached, but he's not obsessed with the detachment only. There is Yukta Vairagya concept here. We have discussed Yukta Vairagya before. There are four Vairagyas: Markata Vairagya, then Smashana Vairagya, then Falgu Vairagya, then Yukta Vairagya. Falgu Vairagya is useless renunciation where you stay away from everything material. But Yukta Vairagya is mature renunciation where you know the art of engaging things in Krishna's service, even though they are material. Thus you spiritualize matter. Then Vivikta Sevi lives in a secluded place. Again, secluded place is not just sitting in a cave, but being in a place where there is favorable association, like-minded association. Yeah. Then laghvasi, eating little, not starving yourself, but eating as much as required to maintain the body and soul, not overeating, not undereating. Yatava kaya manasaha, controlling our kaya, body, manasaha is manasa is mind, vak means words. You should control your speech, your body, and your mind. Dhyana yoga paro nityam, always perform dhyana, meditating on the Lord. Not for liberation, but that is Krishna Smaranam. Vairagyam samupashritaha, take shelter of detachment. Then there are many other rules. Anahankaram balam darpam. Anahankaram means don't be egoistic. Give up your ahankara. Balam, darpam, give up your pride in your strength, give up arrogance. Kamam, krodham, parigraham. So you give up all the lust and anger. Vimuchya nirmamaha shanto. Vimuchya means you are relieved from all this. You came to a stage of nirmama. Nirmama means nothing belongs to me. That is sense of uh, no possessiveness. Brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Then you are ready for the spiritual platform. Whatever Krishna spoke in the last three shlokas, bring us to the spiritual platform, which is also called Brahma Bhuta stage. Right? So Krishna spoke about attaining Brahman. Now, you see, this Brahman platform is a spiritual platform, but it can also indicate a platform where someone can go up to the Brahma Jyoti or the effulgence of the Supreme Lord's body, right? So that is uh, Brahman stage. That is also spiritual platform. Mhm. But devotees, they want to render service to the Lord. They don't want to just go there uh, and enjoy a sense of liberation from this material world without much activity, active service to the Lord. So devotees don't aspire for it. That is mukti, sahyajya mukti. Impersonal liberation means entering into the effulgence of the Lord Brahma Jyoti. That is also a spiritual platform, but devotees don't aspire for it. Devotees want active seva to the Lord. But at that stage of Brahman, at that stage of Brahman realization or Brahma Jyoti, Sahyajya Mukti, what are the qualities of a person? Brahma Bhutah Prasannatma Nashochati na Kankshati Samah Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhaktim Labhate Param. Whether your aspiration is coming to Brahma Jyoti or coming to the lotus feet of Krishna in the spiritual world, these qualities are mandatory. Right? These qualities of like detachment, no possessiveness, no false ego, and no envy, no attachment. So these qualities are common for all of us. Don't think that, oh, these qualities are meant for those who want to attain Brahman. I don't want Brahman, so I do not cultivate these qualities. That's not the conclusion here, right? So one who is on the spiritual platform, whether the Brahman realization candidate or Bhagavan realization candidate, one who is on the spiritual platform is supposed to cultivate these qualities. Now coming to the transitional stage from Brahman realization to Bhagavan realization, Krishna says, Brahma bhutah prasannatma. Prasannatma means very peaceful. Na shochati, na kankshati. Shochati means lamentation. He doesn't lament. Na kankshati, he doesn't desire. So sometimes we may desire some things, and if the desires are not fulfilled, we may lament. But a Brahman realized devotee, a Brahma, one who is on the stage of Brahma Bhuta, such a person doesn't desire anything intensely and doesn't lament if the desire is not fulfilled. Samaha sarveshu bhuteshu. He also treats all living entities equally. Mad bhaktim labhate param. Such a person who has all these wonderful qualities can eventually attain bhakti. So, first is with a detached spirit, you attain a non material state, a state where you are no more influenced by the material modes. But apart from that, don't stop there. Go to spiritual platform. Like if you come to a liberated state, it's like crossing the birth and death platform, coming from zero, coming from negative to zero. But don't stop at zero. You also should go to plus, positive state, which is active service to the Lord. So, transcending the cycle of birth and death, transcending the material miseries, transcending the influence of Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun is a liberated state, Brahmabhuta platform. where Sahyajya Mukti people also experience that. They are beyond birth and death. They are liberated souls. They are on a spiritual platform. But don't stop there. If you don't have any debts, that's great. Zero. But the zero is zero bank balance also. Have some bank balance also. Don't just come to a stage where you don't have any debts only. But being on the material platform under the influence of material modes is a negative state, which is like having so many loans. But coming to the Brahmabhuta platform is like clearing all the loans, no material miseries at all. That's a spiritual state. But being situated in the lotus feet of the Lord and rendering service to the Lord in the spiritual world or in the material world, so that state of devotional service is having sufficient bank balance, abundant bank balance. Right? So come to that stage. And when on that stage, there are multiple levels again. There is Shanta Bhakti, there is Dasya Bhakti, then Vatsalya Bhakti, Sakhya Bhakti, then Madhurya Bhakti. So there are higher and higher and higher stages of bhakti in that positive platform, right? Next, Brahmabhuta stage we have seen, and from Brahmabhuta how to come to Madbhaktam Labate Param, that also we have seen, bhakti. Next, only at that stage of bhakti you can understand Krishna nicely. One who stops at the Brahman platform, Brahman platform is coming to spiritual platform, rising above the material modes. If you just overcome the influence of material modes and come to a spiritual state, that may not give you full understanding of Krishna. Only bhakti can give us understanding of Krishna. Mad bhaktim labhate param. And once you attain that bhakti, on that stage of bhakti, you will understand Krishna. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvatah tato mam tatvato gnatva vishate tadanantaram. Bhaktya mam abhijanati, only one who has bhakti can understand me. Yavan yaschasmi tatvatah. Tatvatah means you understand Krishna truthfully for what he is, not some imaginary concept. You realistically, really understand what Krishna is, who Krishna is, what are his pastimes, what are his nama, rupa, guna, lila. We understand. And Krishna already revealed before. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mamaiti sorsuna. One who understands Krishna uh, tattvataha means really, not in an imaginary way, in an authentic way. If when someone understands Krishna, then they will go to Krishna. But how to understand Krishna? Bhaktya. Only by bhakti can understand Krishna. By your philosophical, systematic, scriptural study, you may not understand Krishna completely. By your uh, by your intellectual gymnastics, we may not understand Krishna. By getting absorbed in responsible, fruitive activities, material activities, you cannot understand Krishna. Or even doing so many austerities and going into the forest, secluded forest, all this also may not will not give understanding of Krishna. Only sincere bhakti, rendering service to Krishna, doing Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, that will help us understand Krishna better. That is 55th shloka. Then Krishna at this stage, he takes us into pure bhakti. What when somebody comes to the stage of pure bhakti, what all he will do? What is his conception? Krishna says. 55 is done. Uh, this Brahmabhuta Prasanatma we covered. Sorry, I didn't shortlist the slides. Sarvakarmanyapi sadam kurvano madvyapashrayah madprasadat avapnoti shashvatam padamavyayam. So, activities in bhakti that lead us to Krishna's abode. See, one who is practicing devotional service is also bhakta. One who perfected devotional service is also bhakta. There's a difference. A practicing devotee to perfect devotee. So how to come from this stage to that stage? Like one who is pursuing BTech is also kind of engineer in the making. But when he has completed his BTech and MTech and all, he's already working on some activities of engineering. He's also an engineer. Similarly, in bhakti, there is a stage of advancement and there is an advanced stage. So how to advance from that basic bhakti to deeper and deeper bhakti, where you become an associate of the Lord or you become a representative of the Lord, you become a companion of the Lord. How to come to that stage? Sarvakarmanyapi sada kurvano madvipashrayah. Do all your activities under my protection. Mat prasadad avapnoti. Then by Krishna's mercy we will attain Shashvatam Padamavyayam, the eternal imperishable abode. Mhm. So whatever we do, let's do it for Krishna. Do it to please Krishna. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam should be our aim in doing any activity. Whichever activity we take up, we are just conscious of how does it please Krishna? How can I please Krishna with it? Or is it pleasing to Krishna or not? That's the benchmark. That's the what to say consideration which should be there in our mind to choose any activity. If an activity is pleasing to Krishna, I will take it up. If it is displeasing to Krishna, I will not do it. So that's how we need to operate. Not that you do any activity, fine, I got some result, let me give it to Krishna. That is Karma Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means for everything that you do, every thought that you have in your mind, every word that you speak with your mouth, you consider, is it pleasing to Krishna or not? Our body, our mind, our words, our activities, our intellect, everything is completely dedicated to Krishna. That is Bhakti Yoga. Of course, we may not be able to come to this platform overnight, but gradually we need to increase our Krishna consciousness. What is Krishna consciousness? Being conscious of Krishna while doing whatever you are doing, whether you are speaking or eating or or walking or talking or working, you are always conscious of Krishna. You are working, you are conscious whether this pleases Krishna or not. You are talking, oh, I am speaking in a way that Krishna expects me to speak. Anudvega karam vakyam satyam prihitam chet. You are dealing with people. Am I treating these people as Krishna's children or some sources of material pleasure? Or people who can do something for me? For a selfish person, every interaction is a transaction. How can I get some benefit out of this interaction? That's how he thinks. But for a selfless devotee, every interaction is a service. Oh, I'm serving Vaishnavas. That's the mood in which they operate, they interact, right? So we are conscious of Krishna while dealing with people, while talking to people, while eating also. Is this offered to Krishna? Is this tasted by Krishna? Then I will taste it. Otherwise, I will not taste it. You are conscious of Krishna while eating also. While sleeping also, we are supposed to be conscious of Krishna. These are all very advanced stages, but I'm telling the ideal state where we are supposed to go. Mhm. While sleeping, I am sleeping not just to embrace the tamoguna, mode of ignorance. We are sleeping to rejuvenate our body so that we are ready for the next service. And as one advances in bhakti, they try to cut down the uh, bodily needs as much as humanly possible, right? Not to spoil your health, but reducing the bodily needs and increasing spiritual activities is self-realization, right? Next sloka. चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः बुद्धियोगमुपाश्रित्य मच्चित्तः सततं भव. Chetasa sarvakarmani. In your heart, in your consciousness, just offer everything to Krishna. Mayi sanyasa means offer everything to me. Mat paraha, just be dedicated to me. Krishna said this several times before. He's 18 chapters kind of revisiting all the principles that he already taught and just bringing them to a conclusion, zeroing in. Like Chetasa sarva karmani. Like Krishna said in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Mayi sarvani karmani संन्यस्याध्यात्म चेतसः मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि संन्यस्य. Same thing he is saying here. चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि मयि संन्यस्य मत्परः बुद्धि योगम उपाश्रित्य मच्चित्तः सततं भव. You perform your buddhi. Sorry, you use your buddhi to connect with me. This buddhi yoga is not jnana yoga now. This buddhi yoga is devotional service. Now you see the word buddhi yoga is very tricky in Bhagavad Gita. In the second chapter, Krishna spoke about buddhi yoga. That buddhi yoga is nishkama karma yoga. In the 10th chapter, Krishna again spoke about buddhi yoga. That buddhi yoga is devotional service. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayantite. Basically, buddhi is intelligence. Yoga is connecting with Krishna. So you may connect with Krishna intelligently by engaging in your prescribed duty also. You may connect with Krishna intelligently by meditating in Him also. This buddhi is a more generic term here. In this context, buddhi yoga is basically bhakti yoga. Mat chittah satatam bhava, always fully be conscious of me. You remember in the initial sessions we discussed Bhakti includes karma, jnana, dhyana, isn't it? Karma may not include bhakti, dhyana may not include bhakti, jnana may not include bhakti, but bhakti includes all three. We have discussed that before. So here, if you see this shloka, Krishna spoke about buddhi here, which is like intelligence is involved in bhakti. Then machittaha means to always think of Krishna, which is like dhyana. Hmm. And sarvani karmani, karma is also there. In this one shloka you see, which is this is Bhakti Yoga shloka. This is pure Bhakti Yoga shloka. In this Bhakti Yoga shloka, you see karma, jnana, dhyana, all three are involved. So whenever you are performing bhakti unto Krishna, you work for him, you do karma for him, and you know him with your intelligence, with your knowledge, you know him. Then you always think of him also. Matchittaha means you always think of Krishna, Matchittaha, Matgata Prana. So, dhyana, karma, jnana, all three are included in bhakti, in devotion. So, next shloka. Machchitta Sarvadurgani we discussed. Sorry. Machchittaha Sarvadurgani Matprasadat Tarishyasi. अथ चेत्त्वम् अहङ्कारान् न श्रोषसि विनङ्क्षसि मच्चित्तः सर्वदुर्गाणि. If you become conscious of me, like what he spoke in the previous shloka, then we will cross all obstacles. Sarvadurgani. How will we cross all obstacles? Mat prasadat. By Krishna's grace, we will pass over all our obstacles. Athachetvam ahankaran na sroshisi vinangshasi. So, such a person who works in Krishna consciousness without any false ego and ahankaran, um, for him, he will never, Krishna will is never lost. He's always, uh, he can always access Krishna. He can always be in touch with Krishna, right? But if you do not hear about Krishna, if you do not follow these instructions, then because of because of ahankara, nashroshasi, if you don't hear Krishna, then vinangshasi, one will perish, right? If you follow the instructions of Krishna, then tarishyasi, you will be liberated. If you ignore and disregard the instructions, then one will perish. Krishna is not cursing us by saying this word. Athachitvam ahankara nashrosi vinangshasi. It seems a very harsh word, but he's stating a fact, right? If a doctor says, if you take your medicine, take this medicine, you'll be cured. If you ignore this medicine, if you neglect taking this medicine, then your body, your health will deteriorate. That's what Krishna is saying. And sometimes, very rarely, Krishna speaks these things. Uh, Ashraddha Dhana, what will happen to faithless people? And in the 16th chapter, Tanahan Dvishatan Kruran, Samsareshu Naradham, I will throw them into hell. Krishna, 3, 4 places in Bhagavad Gita, he speaks little strongly. If you don't follow Shastra, this is what will happen to you. I mean, please understand, they are like a loving father giving a caution note to a child. It's not that he's threatening us, you have to surrender to me, no other way. If you don't do that, you'll go to hell. He's not speaking in that tone. He is saying, like, I'm your father, I'll take care of you, please be with me only. If you go away from if you leave my hand, you'll be lost in this big shopping mall, my dear child. When a father takes the child to a shopping mall, father says, please hold my hand only, don't go anywhere. When father says that, is he arrogant? Is it ego, false ego? No, he is caring for us, right? So we should not misunderstand Krishna when Krishna speaks little harsh statements here and there. Generally, he doesn't speak, but some places it seems like that. So one of the places is this, where Krishna said that Athachetvam ahankaran na sroshasi vinangshasi. Out of ahankara, out of false ego. If you don't hear me, you will perish. He said that. but he said it out of love. Next, Krishna speaks about the Supersoul, Paramatma. Ishvarah sarvabhutanam hriddeshirjuna tishtati. I am skipping a couple of shlokas because I am going too slow. I went directly to 61st shloka. And by the way, today we may go over time. Please be prepared for that. Last day. I may not complete at 7:40. Ishvarah sarvabhutanam hriddeshirjuna tishtati. Bhramayan sarvabhutani yantrarudhani mayaya. Ishvara is the Supreme Lord Krishna himself. Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. We study in the Brahma Samhita. So that Ishvara, Krishna as Super Soul, is there in the hearts of all living entities. Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe, within the hearts of all living entities. Tishtati, I stay there. O Arjuna, he says. Bhramayan Sarva Bhutani Yantrarudhani Mayaya. In this material world, people are just wandering as if they are mechanized, as if they are on a machine. Machine keeps rotating, right? Machine keeps working. Somebody starts. Similarly, because of the influence of material energy, these people are just wandering in this world as if seated on a machine, right? They are doing Brahmanda Brahman, but although they are wandering in different species of life, I stay within their hearts as super soul. I oversee those wanderings. I observe them. I sanction their desires. Krishna said about his being in our heart in the 15th chapter also. He said, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto. Here he say, Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam hrideshe arjuna tishtati. So now some people may say, this is Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam hrideshe. Krishna is talking about some other Ishvara, not himself. But you see 15th chapter sloka. What did Krishna say? Uh, he said, I stay within the hearts of all living entities. Aham. Uh, like that, I in the 15th chapter, 15th sloka, and this Ishvaram in the 18th chapter, 61st sloka is same. Right? Uh, then तवेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत तत्प्रसादात् परां शान्तिं स्थानं प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम्. तमेव शरणं गच्छ. Please surrender to that super soul. Please take shelter of that super soul. So far he spoke little bit about Brahman, right? Brahman realization and all. Now he's talking about Paramatma. So the Lord has three faces: Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. वदन्ति तत्तत्त्वविदः तत्त्वं यज्ञानमद्वयं ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवान इति शब्दयते. So Brahman is the effulgence. And he spoke about that. What is that Brahman platform, Brahmabhuta platform? Then Paramatma is speaking about it. Later he'll speak about Bhagavan, who is the source of Paramatma, who is the source of Brahman. Right? So he says, Tameva Sharanam Gacha, please take shelter of that Paramatma. Sarva Bhavena Bharata, with full devotion. Tat prasadat param shantim. By his mercy, you will attain great peace. Param shantim, transcendental peace, not some material peace. So shanti can be seen in a multiple ways. One shanti is you don't have any debts, you don't have any difficulties, you don't have any health problems. You are little peaceful, or you are living in a place where there is not much traffic around you. This is peaceful place. That peace is a material peace, external peace, peace for the ears, or peace for the mind, or peace for the body. But the peace that Krishna is talking about is not that peace. When Krishna said, Bhoktaram Vignatapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Suhridam, Sarvabhutanam, Gnatvamam, Shanti Mruchati. This Shanti is a spiritual Shanti. Here also he talks about Shanti. He says, Param Shantim, this is transcendental peace. This is real peace where we are completely satisfied in our connection with Krishna. Param Shantim. Sthanam prapsyasi sashvatam. Eternally you will attain a position where you are always peaceful. You are never agitated. You are never distracted. So after Krishna spoke all these things, at the end she said, Iti te jnanamakhyatam guhyat guhyataram maya vimrishyetad aseshena yathechasi tatha kuru. O Arjuna, I have given this knowledge to you. Itite jnanamakyatam. I have given so much knowledge to you about bhakti, about karma, about jnana, about yoga, about three gunas, about the material world, about the spiritual world, about Brahman platform, about Paramatma platform. So many things I spoke. But what are you supposed to do now? Vimrishyetad aseshena. Analyze them. Think about them. Contemplate on them. And yathechasi tatha kuru. Do whatever you like. Yatha ichhasi tatha kuru. Ichha means desire. Whatever you desire, you do that. I am not influencing you. I am not overpowering you. I am not hypnotizing you. I am not forcing you to do this only. I am saying, if you take this direction, you will go to this destination. If you take this direction, you will go to this destination. There are some 10 directions like that, or 20 directions like that, or 1,000 directions like that. So he just gave an information. of different paths and different results of different paths. Arjuna, you make a choice. Right? Then Arjuna is little confused. I have to take a decision now. Krishna, you only take the decision. You only finalize that. Why are you putting everything on my head now at this moment? Uh, it's little too much for me to decide at this moment. You have been guiding me so far, and I have been hearing you. I have full faith that you are my well-wisher. You are my guide. You, whatever you say, is beneficial for me. So you tell me, you decide. So I can't just review and revisit all the chapters that you have spoken so far and then come to a conclusion at this moment. I'm on the battlefield already. You tell me what am I supposed to do. Basically, Arjuna, before even hearing Bhagavad Gita, he's on the level of Sarvadharman Parityajya, Mamekam Sharanam Raja. But still, Arjuna is demonstrating an important quality of a disciple, how a disciple always depends on the Guru. Even if Guru gives him an opportunity, you do whatever you want. Sometimes a disciple may have to do like that, but still, Maharaj, what you want? Gurudev, what do you want? Krishna, what do you want? You tell me, finalize. You finalize. Yeah, I can decide between. In the absence of Krishna, Arjuna may take a decision, but Krishna is right in front of him. Krishna says, these are the different options, you tell me. You take whatever you want. So at that time, Arjuna says, Krishna, what do you want me to do? So this is how a disciple is constantly in touch with the desires or the expectations of a guru. So Arjuna says, I want you only to decide. Then Krishna says, Sarva guhyatamam bhuyah shrunu me paramam vachah ishtosu me dridham iti tato vakshyami te hitam. After saying do whatever you want, Krishna is giving this instruction. Krishna says that Sarva guhyatamam bhuyah. Arjuna, now I am going to give most confidential knowledge of all. Sarva guhyatamam. Krishna used the word guhyatama, guhyatara before also, but now he is finally using it. It's a conclusion. He says, Srunume paramam vachaha. Now you hear my supreme instruction. Ishtosi me dridham iti. My dear friend, you are very dear to me. Ishto, you are very dear. Huh? You have faith in my authority. Although I have given multiple options to you and asked you to choose whatever you want, still you are saying, you tell me, what should I take? It's like a father putting 10 kinds of sweets in front of the child. You take whatever you want. Child just, Father, what is good for me? What is good for my health? You tell me. I will eat that. I cannot eat all 10 anyways. So let me take one which you suggest for me. It's like that. Tato vakshyami te hitam. Therefore, I am going to speak to you. Because you want me to speak, I'll speak. Te hitam. Because I am your well-wisher. For your benefit, I am going to speak. Uh, because Krishna is our supreme well-wisher. Whatever he says is for our good. He cannot say anything or do anything which is not beneficial to us. When he suggests something, definitely that helps us. That's beneficial to us. That faith we need to have. We cannot. Many times we evaluate Krishna's affection based on how much is he helping us on a material platform. That's an anartha. Mm. What is beneficial to us, he knows better than we know. What is beneficial to an infant baby, mother knows better. The small baby, 1 year old baby, just crawling and then picking up something which is not, say, which is harmful. He picks up a pen and puts in his mouth. Immediately, mother takes it away. The child starts crying. Oh, why are you taking this away from me? Because mother knows what is good for the child. It's not. It's harmful. Similarly, Krishna knows what is good for all of us on a spiritual platform. So Krishna gives his final two instructions. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. Manmana, always think of me. Bhava madbhakto, always become my devotee. Madhyaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru, offer your obeisances to me. So these four instructions Krishna already spoke in the ninth chapter. So, uh, These four instructions are the essence of Bhagavad Gita. And if you follow this, Mame Vaishyasi Satyam Te, definitely will attain me. Satyam Te, it's truth, definitely will attain me. Pratijane Priyosime. Arjuna, because you are very dear to me, I am speaking this to you. Just follow these instructions. Pratijane Priyosime, I promise you. Pratigna, I give you Pratigna because you are very dear to me. You will come to me without fail if you just do these four things. Because we already discussed these four things in the ninth chapter significantly. I'll go to the next one, the last instruction. So when Arjuna said, you decide, then Krishna decided these two shlokas for him. Whether you understood the last 29 days of Gita or not, just understand these two. Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto 18.65 and 18.66. Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Two shlokas, which is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य, give up all varieties of dharmas. Mamekam sharanam vraja means surrender unto me alone. Now this instruction makes people little uncomfortable. Some people Bhagavad Gita is supposed to be a dharmic grantha. It's supposed to teach us dharma. But at the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, in the last sloka, Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityaja, give up all dharmas. So the stress here is not on giving up dharma, but going up in dharma. What Sarva dharman includes, we already discussed some time back in the beginning of our class. Sarva dharman includes Brahmana dharma, Kshatriya dharma, Brahmachari dharma, Grihastha dharma, Varna dharma, Ashrama dharma, Dana dharma, Stri dharma, Raja dharma, Samanya dharma, Sadharana dharma, Apad dharma, Kutumba dharma, Vritti dharma. So many dharmas are there, so many duties. But above all these duties, above all these dharmas, there is a higher dharma which is taking shelter of Krishna. Right? Dharma is understood as duty by many people. Dharma is also understood as a set of values or virtues or morals or principles by some people. Correct, which is correct. But the essential definition of the word dharma is the natural and intrinsic characteristic of a thing or a being. What is the dharma of this mouse? Right? I need, and I move, the cursor should move, and then should be able to click here and there. That's the dharma. If it is not doing the duty, then it is not called a mouse. What is the dharma of these earphones? It's supposed to make me hear something when I put in my ear, right? If it's not working, it's not doing its dharma. What's the dharma of this laptop? What's the dharma of Zoom to connect all of us through this platform, video platform? But if it's not working, then it's not doing its dharma properly. Dharma is the natural intrinsic quality or a characteristic of a thing or a person. The sugar's dharma is to be sweet. You cannot call sugar a sugar if it is salty. It's not following its dharma. Right? Salt's dharma is to be salt. It means dharma basically is it's the inseparable characteristic of a thing or a living being. That the intrinsic nature, inseparable characteristic of a thing or a living being is dharma. Now coming to the soul, we have seen dharma of water is to be wet. You can't find dry water. The dharma of fire is to burn, is to be hot. You can't have cool fire. Oh, this fire is like ice. You cannot say that. Yes, Hanumanji's the fire on Hanumanji's tail is like ice, but generally fire is not like ice, right? So dharma of fire is to burn, is to be hot, is to be bright. You can't have dark fire. It has to be bright fire only. If it's dark, it cannot be called fire only. So similarly, what is the dharma of soul? What is the natural intrinsic characteristic of the soul? What is the inseparable quality of the soul? That is surrender to Krishna. Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Taking shelter of Krishna is the intrinsic, natural, eternal, spiritual quality of the soul, characteristic of the soul. Jivera Swarupa Hai Krishna Nityadas. The Swarupa of a Jiva is to be a servant of Krishna. That servitude of Krishna, loving service to Krishna is our eternal constitutional position. That's the ultimate dharma. All this Kshatriya dharma, then Brahmana dharma, Brahmachari dharma, Grahastha dharma, all these dharmas are temporary. We have seen in the beginning of the class, somebody who is a Kshatriya now can become Brahmana later in the next life. And in the same lifetime also some people may develop Brahmanical qualities by training. Uh, like Parshuram. Parshuram was born as a Brahmana, but he acted like a Kshatriya. We have seen these examples yesterday. uh, like within one lifetime also, although people may be trained in some kind of dharma, they may uh, take some more training and they change uh, that position and then come to a different varna, right? But at least life after life, in the next lifetime also, one's varna can change, one's gender can change, one's nationality can change. But what is that quality that never changes eternally, since time immemorial, for the rest of eternity? That is our devotion to Krishna. That is our love for Krishna. That's our eternal dharma. That is Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. When Krishna said, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, he is expecting Arjuna and all of us to act according to our original constitutional position of being soul. This Sarva Dharman is on the bodily platform, right? But Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, taking shelter of Krishna or surrendering to Krishna, is on the soul platform. So rise above this bodily dharmas and come to the soul dharma. Raise the standard of your dharma. The focus is not on giving up dharmas, the focus is on raising the standard of your dharmas. How long you will just be addicted to or attached to this bodily dharmas, temporary dharmas, secondary dharmas? Come to the most important dharma of loving Krishna, serving Krishna. That's the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. And that's the beginning of Bhagavatam also. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktiradhokshaji ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Right? So, performing unmotivated and uninterrupted devotional service unto Krishna is the supreme dharma. That gives us complete satisfaction to the soul. So, the end of Bhagavad Gita and the beginning of Bhagavatam are same. Then, if you take shelter of Krishna, aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami, I will relieve you from all sinful reactions. By the way, there is another perspective. If you are already on the platform of surrender to Krishna, where are sinful reactions? If you are a sadhaka bhakta, you take shelter of Krishna, he will relieve you from sins. If you are a mature devotee, very mature devotee, very advanced devotee, there are no sins. So in that context, Krishna will remove all obstacles in our bhakti. For example, Prahlad Maharaj. He is not like a general sadhaka bhakta struggling to keep himself awake while chanting. He is a very advanced devotee. Mm. He is always on the platform of Krishna Smaranam. He is constantly Krishna conscious. But even at that platform, there were so many obstacles, right? Created by Hiranyakashipu. Then Krishna protected Prahlad Maharaj from all those obstacles, right? So Krishna will protect us from all sinful reactions and all obstacles in our bhakti. Therefore, surrender to Krishna. That's the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Now I will not go shloka by shloka. I'll give a summary of the remaining portions. We discussed the final instruction, Sarvadharman Parityajya. Now Krishna says, these teachings must be given to people who are receptive. But they should not be given to people who are not self-controlled, don't have true devotion, they are not willing to hear, they are envious of Krishna especially, they cannot receive these teachings. But still Prabhupada says, devotees take some risk because they have so much of compassion. even if the risk of Even at the risk of being insulted by others or ridiculed by others, they try to teach bhakti to others as much as possible. But if they're too envious, then they may eliminate. But at least you need to make a try, right? First, try to present these teachings to people. Then you will understand whether they're receptive or not. So, but in general, those who are little simple-hearted, those who have some little good culture, some background of goodness, they are more receptive to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita than people who are totally engrossed in materialism. Still, devotees are very merciful towards them and try to find ways and means to connect them to Krishna. But but Krishna is concluding saying that who is receptive and who is not receptive generally. Then, but if you make an attempt to give these teachings to the devotees of the Lord will be very pleased. Yayidam paramam guhyam madbhakteshvabhidasyati. Uh, where is it? 68. Yeah. Yayidam paramam guhyam madbhakteshvabhidasyati. Bhaktim mayi param kritva mame vaishyasya samshayah. If you present these teachings to Paramam Guhyam, confidential teachings to my devotees, then Bhaktim Mayi Param Kritva, you will definitely attain great bhakti unto me. You'll come to me. So we need to read Bhagavad Gita and we need to also share our understanding of Bhagavad Gita with others. Thus we become dear to Krishna. Right? We study. We also share these teachings with devotees, and Krishna will give special attention. Oh, you are teaching Bhagavad Gita. You are speaking Bhagavad Gita to my devotees. I'll give some special mercy to you. न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः. There is no one as dear to me as someone who shares my teachings with devotees. Even in future, no one will be so dear to me. So Krishna is encouraging all of us to share the message of Bhagavad Gita. No, don't be selfish. Don't keep all the Gita knowledge with you only. Share it with others also. So compassionate action. Sharing Bhagavad Gita knowledge is a compassionate action. But that must be done with a compassionate disposition also. Compassionate emotion also. Sometimes people may teach Bhagavad Gita, speak Bhagavad Gita, just to show off their knowledge. If there is no compassionate spirit there, then we are not yet up to the mark. Basically, teaching Bhagavad Gita, speaking, spreading the message of Bhagavad Gita must be accompanied by a compassionate spirit. Like, you should be concerned about people who are rotting in this material existence. You want Krishna's teachings to touch their souls. You want them to practice bhakti. You become a sincere, genuine well-wisher of common people and try to give this knowledge of Krishna consciousness to them for their upliftment. With that spirit of compassion, if you give these teachings of Bhagavad Gita to people, Krishna will be very happy. Teaching Bhagavad Gita is not just exhibiting one scholarship. After all, not many people will fully know also. Even if they claim to know, there is much more depth in Bhagavad Gita. I can speak for myself. Still, I need to understand a lot of things in Bhagavad Gita. Since almost 2 decades, I have been reading Gita, speaking and writing on it, writing articles or writing books and all. But still, I have a lot to learn from Bhagavad Gita. There is much more depth. I did not even uh, get a superficial understanding also. There is much more depth in the Bhagavad Gita. The more you keep reading, the more you render service, the more Gita will reveal deeper and deeper insights to us. To explore all of them, to relish them, to imbibe them, to apply them, to realize them will take lifetime or lifetimes. So no one can claim that yes, I'm a master in Gita now. Not that it doesn't work like that. But whatever you understand, that bona fide, authentic understanding, you can share with others with compassion. It's a compassionate action which must be done with a compassionate disposition or compassionate emotion. Then that will please Krishna so much. And he will give more, he will reveal more knowledge also. Mm. And distribution of knowledge doesn't decrease knowledge. When distribution of knowledge is done with compassion, it converts that knowledge into realization. Sometimes when we share something with others, we will lose something. You have 10 laddus and you distribute to 10 people, your plate is empty. But you know 10 shlokas of Gita, you distribute to 10 people, you will get deeper realization of these 10 shlokas. Right? Distribution of knowledge will not reduce it, it will increase it. And it will take that knowledge to realization, the platform of realization. Therefore, we need to speak Bhagavad Gita to others, whatever we understand, bona fide understanding. Our understanding is always incomplete, but it should not be incorrect. So, and Krishna then speaks about benefits of studying Bhagavad Gita. Adhyeshyete cha imam. You can go through it. I will not cover it now. Benefits of reading Bhagavad Gita, he speaks. Then Krishna asks Arjuna, Arjuna, you understood everything? Your ignorance is gone? Your confusion is gone? Are you ready? What's your realization? Then Arjuna says, Krishna, नष्टो मोहः स्मृतिर्लब्ध्वा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव नष्टो मोहः all my illusion is gone स्मृतिर्लब्ध्वा I regained my memory how त्वत्प्रसादान् by your mercy O Achyuta स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः all my doubts are cleared करिष्ये वचनं तव I will do whatever you say earlier Krishna said यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु you do whatever you want. Now Krishna, Arjuna is saying, Karishye vachanam tava, I will do whatever you want me to do. This is bhakti. Right? Krishna gives license to us, liberty to us to make a choice. Yes, you make a choice. But devotee says, no, 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 you choose for me. When Krishna says, do whatever you want, Arjuna is saying, I will do whatever you want. And one more thing, by reading Bhagavad Gita, by hearing Bhagavad Gita, confusions are gone. Arjuna began in the second chapter saying that um, कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभाव धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेता means I am confused about my dharma. Now Krishna concluded saying that sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. This is your dharma to take my shelter. Then Arjuna said, Nashto moha smritir labdha. All my confusions are gone now. I have a complete understanding of what dharma is and what am I supposed to do. This is Bhagavad Gita that clears the confusions and brings clarity in our mind. Bhagavad Gita takes us on a journey from confusion to clarity. Then this wonderful conversation ends. Then Sanjaya takes over. Sanjaya has been narrating all this to Dhritarashtra, right? So Sanjaya takes over and he shares his realizations. And Sanjaya makes this final statement. Yatra yogeshwaraha Krishno yatra partho dhanurdharaha तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतेर्ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो wherever that master of yoga Krishna is there yatra partho dhanurdharaha wherever the supreme archer Arjuna is there tatra at that place four things prevail what are they Shri opulence or prosperity Vijaya victory Bhutir, Dhruvanitir means extraordinary power and Niti means morality, right? So, opulence or prosperity, victory, power and morality. Shrir, Vijayo, Bhutir, Dhruva, Nitir. So, all four will flourish wherever Krishna and Arjuna are there. Some people think when we keep Krishna Arjuna photo in our home, there will be quarrel in our home. Some people have these sentiments. In my childhood, I have seen some of my elders in our locality. They said, "Why did you keep Krishna Arjuna photo here? Remove it. You will have fights in your home. There will be conflicts in your home. Your home will become Kurukshetra." Before putting that photo, also people in the home are fighting. After removing the photo, also people are fighting. Right? People fight when they don't understand Bhagavad Gita. People don't fight when they keep Krishna Arjuna photo in their home, by the way. Right? So people have different kinds of perspectives. Somebody said, I will not chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Why? Because in that mantra, Ram's name is there. Ram went through so many difficulties. If I chant his name, I will also go through so many difficulties. That's a conception. So let's keep aside all these kinds of imaginary conceptions and follow the final instruction of Krishna. Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Take shelter of Krishna. Surrender into Krishna. Now that surrender can be exhibited at multiple levels. At our stage of sadhaka bhakta, we are all, many of us are sadhaka bhakta. Some are maybe siddhas, some may be siddhas. My obeisance to them. But many of us are on the sadhana platform, practitioners. So we need to follow the recommendations or prescriptions given by our acharyas. Srila Prabhupada has given the proper abhideya, means the process of practicing sadhana, right? And many acharyas have given. Rupa Goswami has given Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So basically, when we follow the prescriptions given by the acharyas, when we sincerely follow the injunctions, instructions given by Krishna coming to us through the bona fide parampara, then we will be able to realize all these teachings and come to the ultimate platform of Mamekam Sharanam Raja, as Krishna says in this final shloka of Bhagavad Gita. So I thank all of you for being with us for so many days for 30 days. So we have been doing it since COVID time. Mm, of course, last couple of years I didn't do 30 days. I was just doing weekly sessions, not daily sessions. Next year I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do daily sessions, depends on services load at the time. But I'm very, very grateful to all of you for coming uh, every day sincerely and enthusing me also to share message of Bhagavad Gita and get some mercy for myself. If there are any discrepancies in my presentation, if there are any shortcomings, and if I was going too fast or too slow sometimes, if my examples are not understandable, if my anecdotes are not very clear, so kindly forgive me, because uh, I was trying to present a big chunk of Bhagavad Gita within 40 minutes. Today I went way beyond time, but generally within 45 minutes I'm trying to fit the understanding of a bigger chunk of Bhagavad Gita. So it may seem fast paced, but just trying to touch as many slokas of Bhagavad Gita as possible in these short sessions. That's what I was trying to do. So I seek your blessings for my continued services without any distraction or pride or deviation in my consciousness. I need your blessings, and if devotees bless, and those blessings will invoke Krishna's blessings, and with those blessings only we'll be able to continue our bhakti. Thank you so much. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.